Starting an annual plan. In all the books you read and all the material I've given you, there's information on designing an annual plan. I'd like to give you a quick idea of just some of the little things that go into designing an annual plan when you start. In the old days, athletes were robots. They trained, they had to take tests, they did their annual plan, they stuck to their annual plan, coaches trained and helped them with their annual plan. In our modern society today, the annual plan has become much more complicated because of the length of the seasons, because of just different factors that come into it. And I list these. Some of the factors, for example, could be we have a goal. You have vacations. As much as we don't like it, athletes and fitness people get vacations. So when we plan an annual plan, we have to plan around that. The vacations can run into schools or students that have all kinds of reasons why they can't train. Nowadays, there's so many games that an annual plan has to be designed around the games. In fitness people, Christmas, December. You pretty much have to design an annual plan around December. Here in Norway, where I design personal training programs, and in a lot of Europe, is people don't train in the summertime. They come June, July, the weather gets nice because of the cold winters, nobody trains. So as much as I want to have these perfect annual plans and yearly plans for people, they just really can't. So when you become to start designing annual plans, you have to look into what the different aspects or what the different variables are of the annual plan. What you also have to take into consideration in personal training is what time of year they're going to start, what the testing procedure is going to be, how long is it going to take to get started. Let's take, for example, this is, let's say the annual plan starts in January. February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Whenever we start an annual plan, the main thing we do is what's the goal? So in the fitness annual plan, we can have the same annual plan in fitness, or we can have the same annual plan in sports. We can take the same thing, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So say this is for fitness, personal training. We know that the average person wants to get in shape for the summer. So what we say is we always start with our annual plan from when we start the program and when our goal is till back. So in other words, say we're going on vacation in July. This is our goal, July. July is our vacation month. Now, what do we want to be? We want to be cut for July. We want to have a nice physique. We want to look good. So we know that a muscle endurance or cuts phase or dieting phase or whatever you want to call it takes about 2 months. So we back out that 2 months to the end of April. But now, we gotta look, okay, that was a good idea. But the problem at the end of April is Easter falls in here someplace. So that's a week we know we're not going to be able to train. Someplace, depending on where you're at. But also what we're doing in this July is one of the things people understand when they don't understand when they design annual plans is we have 8 weeks here for May and June, but as athletic trainers, what you're going to see when I show you the result sheets, or when you see the result sheets that I give, I got to have a test. I have to have a test. So it's going to take me probably a week to get a test from this person. Because if I don't get a test for this person this year, I'm not going to have information for them next year. So I have to make sure that I have time to get a test. So then that's cut my phase down to 8 weeks. So what I'm thinking is, okay, maybe I should start my cuts phase to be safe in the beginning of April. Because we know during this period, we have to test, we have vacations, we might have sick children, there could be a whole lot of different things. And my feeling is when designing an annual plan, it's got to be positive. If you design an annual plan for a fitness person or an athlete and they can't stick by it, they get very, very depressed. They feel like they failed. So we make the